Woo. Salute to everybody, man. Woo. Salute to all y'all, man, out here, man. Salute to everybody, man. Thank you guys so much, man, for waiting, man. I got a guy coming to do a little bit of work in the morning, man. And I had to make sure everything was straight, man. You know, shout out to everybody got a house, man. Houses, you always got, it's always repairs with a house, man. House is like a car, man. House is like a car, man. House is like a car, but just not as bad. A car is worse. A car is worse, man. But house, man, you gotta stay on top of things, man. Keep things together, man. Yeah, man. We had some super chats yesterday I didn't get to, man. Salute to my man, of course, Deluxe 247 coming through again. The real MVP. Salute to my man Andrew R, man. He says, gift to Ock Nation, man. These cash apps and PayPals. Salute to my man Razzle, man. He says, Happy New Year, Cuddy. Blessings to all y'all. Yeah, man. Those are the ones I missed from yesterday, man. I couldn't get to everything, man. Y'all showed out yesterday. Salute to all you guys, man. Yeah, put some fucking lotion on, man. I'm gonna have to take me a lotion break, man. Um, yeah, man. Salute to everybody, though, man. Salute to all you guys. Let me drop this link, man. We get right into it, man. Let me drop this link so we can get right into it, man. I ain't even gonna hold up today, man. Let me drop this link so we can get right into it, man. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? It's Gangsta Boo. R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo, man. R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo. R.I.P. to her, man. R.I.P. to Gangsta Boo, man. Mm. Second rapper from Memphis to OD in a week. Second rapper from Memphis to OD in a week. Whew. Let me drop this link, man. Salute to Dilberg, man. Dilberg gig, man. What kind of work you haven't done? Yeah, bathroom, man. The floor of my bathroom is done, man. It's a wrap. Finito. It was done when we got the house, though. We just been, it was done when we got the house. And I was going to do it. I was going to do it, but it's too bad for me to do. You know how sometimes you can do home improvement by yourself, but then there's some things that you need a professional for because they too bad. Like I was gonna do it. Me and my wife was gonna try to do it, but it's so bad. because the way it was, it's like an extension to the house. It's like, yeah, like when you got a house, the people before you, they added on an extension, so that part of the house isn't even like wasn't even originally in the house. So it's like you can't really mess with that unless you're a professional. You gotta bring a professional in, man. I got a hombrito, man. A nice hombrito, man. I'm going with the hombritos, man. I ain't messing with no black owned businesses, man. I got a hombrito, man. That man got 5 stars. He got 5 stars and everything on the app, man. He got 5 stars across the board on Angie's list, man. I'm on with the hombrito, man. I'm sorry, gliders, man. I can't fuck with you gliders on this one, man. Or you fucking sunmen, man. I hombrito.
Oh, you can't find a good sun plumber?
Nah, man, I'm going with hombritos. I wouldn't care if I could find a good sun plumber. I'm still going with hombritos. Listen, when it comes to listen, man, I worked at Home Depot for 8 years, man. In the lumber and building material department the whole time. Deliveries. I worked with a bunch of contractors every day, man. When it comes to set that shit, it's on burritos every time for me, man.
Nah, Jack. You gotta buy black, brother.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, I want that shit done quick too. Quick, knocked out.
Hey, Yak, I just did a welding job for a couple for a friendly couple of mine. And they
Mm-hmm.
need the lawnmower deck fixed.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. The blade, part of the blade came off and ripped out the side of the deck.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you had to weld the deck. How do you weld it? I thought that decks was wood.
No, deck. So like on a riding mower, what holds the blades,
Oh,
what
riding
houses the
motor.
blade. Yeah, it's called a
Yeah,
deck.
right.
It
Oh,
was
okay,
it was
okay.
for her old snapper, and it was pretty
Oh wow.
nasty. It tore a hole. It cut a hole through one side, then ripped. I guess it flung the metal out and busted out the outgoing chute. I had to
Damn.
patch it all up.
Oh, so you're just you do odd jobs or you work for a company?
I work for a company, but I have my own welding machine. So I'm trying to see if I can get something I get a side business start for myself to hopefully work towards having my own mobile service.
Oh wow. Wow, that's dope, man. I had a bunch of stuff that I wanted to get to, man. But
Would you hire strictly some man, Mossy, or are you?
I'll hire anyone
I
who's
ain't
competent.
stupid, man.
There you go. Good
If I ever get to
answer.
that point,
But
if I ever get to that point where I can hire someone, they just gotta be competent and
but they
trustworthy.
gotta have that. They gotta have papers too, though, right? Or you gonna hire illegals?
No, I can't hire illegals. I can't do that.
Why not, man? The illegals do
I
good
just
work,
can't.
man.
Yo, I love that, dude. It's true.
I'm sure they
Well,
do,
I
but
said it's
I
true,
couldn't do
bro.
it.
Listen, man. I love day
I'm sure they do,
laborers.
but
Day laborers, man, they do excellent work, man. Day laborers, man, I mean they knock that shit. Listen, man, I'm all about like I don't want you in my house for a week, man. I want you in and out, man. And it's like, yo, brother, man, he gonna be in there. You know, he gonna take 15 breaks. There's always gonna be some discrepancy. He gonna come, and then
Unreliable.
the next day he gonna be like, oh, something happened. I'll be back on the next day. Then it's always gonna be a fucking problem. It's always gonna be an issue. You hired him on burritos, smooth, man. Everything smooth. Yes, sir. They say call you sir, man. Everything,
Senor. Senor.
yeah,
That's
everything
true.
smooth, man. Everything smooth, man. And I know it. 'Cause I mean, I've been around, man. I got a lot of fucking case studies, man. But what do you think about this, man? White employee sues Verizon after he's caught using the N word while discussing DMX on a company phone.
What the fuck is that? What does that mean?
A Caucasian man named
Because they
Peter.
eavesdropped on him?
Yeah, a Caucasian man named Peter Kelly is suing Verizon for wrongful termination. Kelly, who worked for the company for more than 20 years, alleges management fired him in May 2021 for using the N word, while discussing DMX on the company phone. According to documents obtained by All Hip Hop, Kelly is attempting to recover damages for Verizon's unlawful discrimination against Kelly in violation of the National Labor Relations Act. It continues. The action also arises out of a breach by plaintiff union definitive communications. Blah, 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 blah. But here's what happened. As explained in the docs, Verizon hired Kelly as a field technician in 2000. After many years of exemplary employment, the native New Yorker says he was fired without cause following a conversation he had the month prior. Kelly says on April 6, 2021, 3 days before DMX died, he took a personal call while on his lunch break. In discussing DMX's music, plaintiff used the N word, which is a word commonly used by the artist himself in his lyrics.
True.
The docs read, unbeknownst to the plaintiff, he had inadvertently answered a call on his company's cellular phone, and a Verizon employee who listened to his private call for approximately 45 seconds overheard him say the N word. Subsequently, Kelly was suspended pending an internal investigation for discrimination and harassment. They fired him on the grounds of discrimination and harassment for using the N word while talking about DMX.
I wonder what was the context. Like, did he say, "Man, DMX, that's my song word"?
Yo, I think he could have just been, that line, whatever line out of DMX used that word a lot, Jack. So he could have just been like reciting his lyrics, but that's not the point. Whatever. You fire him for saying the word, but on discrimination and harassment? Are you fucking kidding me? He said such language is used in the presence of management level employees. Yet when it is used by a female employee, an African American employee, or Hispanic employee, none is reprimanded or disciplined in any way. So he's saying that as a white person, he's the only one that can't use it. Everybody else can use it, but he can't use it.
Right.
Hey, listen, man. I mean, I didn't have a problem with none of that. If they wanted to fire him for that, even though I think they shouldn't fire him. But discrimination and harassment for using it on a private phone call? Who did he discriminate against? Who did he harass?
I think they will argue that it shows that he would discriminate, right? That's what they're probably gonna argue, right?
Yeah, man.
He obviously hates some people because he's saying some men want to try, some men want to lie.
Yo, man, let me move on, man.
I know you feel me when I said what I just said, Chief. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, this shit
now, unless he was like, fuck that hard art. You know what I mean? Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, it's
unfair.
Yeah, I get it. I get the fact that it's a workplace shit. You know what I'm saying? And some people got them on their heels. See, a lot of this stuff is some people got them on their heels. Salute to Margaret G, man. Thank you, Margaret G. Salute to you for this cash. They and some people got these people on their heels, so they don't know. Like, if you got a workplace or you got a fucking company, you just trying to, like, anything that you think might halfway piss off some people, you try and get ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you're doing that, you make mistakes. That's all I'm saying. Because we got them on their heels, man. They don't want to have no smoke with us, man.
But if everybody's doing it, they need to fire them too.
I would fire black people. Listen, if a black person used the N word on my job site, I would have bring them in. I'd be like, look, bro, You know,
Keep it professional.
I ain't gonna fire
Yeah.
you, but I'd be like, man, listen, man, we can't have that here, man. And then the next time I fire.
And
But I mean, I would
that probably won't be until like another 15 minutes because they're gonna try to relate
right.
to you.
I give a son man a one chance because they use it so much. Like, listen, man, son people call white people the N word.
And they
Like
love it.
on the train, listen, and some and white liberals love that. If you go to Dave Chappelle uses that word every other word in his comedy stand-up in front of a room full of white people. And they just laugh the whole time, man.
We got
Um,
Puerto Ricans, Hispanics, they use the N word
they
But
use it more. One
Puerto
thing,
all the
Rican
time.
Puerto
one
Ricans are
thing,
sunmen though. If you ask me though.
yeah,
Well, I
but
mean, whatever.
one
I don't know the difference. I'm sorry.
one thing about Hispanics when they use it too much. Like
Sure do.
Hispanics, like they don't even use it like smooth, like in the flow of conversation. They just use it like it's like a toy when you pull the string and just let it go. They just they use it like they just like out of control with it. I'd be like I've been around some Hispanic, like some little because we got El Salvadorians here where I was at DC. We don't have Puerto Ricans. And El Salvadorians, like the ones that hang out with black kids, it's like nigga, then they use it in front of Obi. Like they say you on the train and it's a bunch of like old ladies there. The black kids will probably won't be saying it, but the Hispanic kid will be like nigga, 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 like
They
these
just keep saying
old
it.
people right here, nigga. But then they just they 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 weird with it. It's like they weird. That's why I said black people shouldn't have gave them a pass, man. Black people y'all gave them Hispanics a pass, and they that show you not to give white people a pass because if Hispanics is a test
but
case,
but you know
Sun
what too?
gliders use it a lot too.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's on
yeah.
the fucking music everywhere. But you asked me, and I think I told you this. I think if you come from an area where motherfuckers are getting gunned down left and right, you could definitely say the song word. That song word
I,
don't mean what it means
no,
to
I
the
get
hard
it.
tips.
No, I get it. I definitely get what you're saying. And listen, man, I'm not saying that the black people let them say it. So how who the fuck am I to be like the sun word police? I'm not the sun word police. But what I'm saying is that like you can still notice a difference. Like they say it way more than the black people. I'm talking about when they conversating.
White women
And it's
say it
and
too. White people say I don't had white
Really?
people say the N word. Man, yeah, don't inmates, yeah.
Oh, inmates, yeah,
Yeah,
inmates,
but
yeah,
I don't had a white woman use the hard R in front of me. I was like 19. And
in the chat. So
yeah.
I wish they would have did it now. I would probably was baby sue the company, got paid. But
Well,
back
see,
then, I didn't know I was 19, and she was like, "Those stupid." Anyway, she said a hard R, and I was like, "What's wrong, girl?" You know,
You should try to go on retroactively,
I was so
Buster.
naive. I was like, "What's
go
wrong?" She was
find her,
like,
man. Find her on
Yeah, go
Facebook and whoop
retroactively, get
her ass,
your
man.
money.
"Man, I like that. I love that lady." I mean,
Right,
they was giving her a hard time, but she was like a redneck racist lady anyway. But she liked me, so
Mm.
right. You should
whatever.
sue him and tell him that 5 years ago, ooh, get your money, man.
I'm thinking
hey,
about it. You know, I'm thinking about it though.
You
hey, Wicked.
traumatized.
Hey, Wicked.
Yeah,
You
I'm
ever?
traumatized.
Hey, Wicked. You ever heard any burrito say mayate?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that word. Mayate. Mayate is that's a mean spirited word. That's not like nigga though. That's more
Yeah,
like
No, yeah.
nigger.
no, that word
That's a
means like
dung
so.
beetle, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, God forbid, motherfuckers get robbed, a gun to their face, and they
Yeah,
say that word. You know,
yeah.
Yeah, but they,
Mayate. It's a bad word. It's real bad. It's real bad. Yeah, but you know
it's
I've
like
heard them say
it's
that.
like the hard R word. That literally is
Yeah.
the hard R word.
See me when working at Home Depot for all these years, I learned a lot of little Spanish thing, and they say, I've heard them. I knew their little thing where they say that. So I was cool with a lot of hombritos, man, a lot of hombritos, man. So I learned all that stuff. My ete is, yeah, that's when they say that, man. They not your friend, man. They not cool with you, man.
Did you ever hear the word moyo?
Yeah, Moyo. Yeah. That's also black. Like
Yeah, it's
like
the same shit. It's the
yeah,
same
yeah.
shit as the other
Yeah,
one.
it's like mooly. Like when Italians call you a mooly, you fucking mooly.
I never heard
Mullion
that one.
means eggplant. Means eggplant.
Mm.
Mullion means eggplant.
Muliana, you fucking Muliana. Yeah, that's yeah, man.
Yeah, them glider women, and when they locked up, like we had this son of man. He was an officer. He was new, and I give it to him. He was very attractive, and she come out the cell out the block, and she was like, "Oh, girl, who's that nigga up in there? He's so fine." I said, "Can you please stop saying nigga? I'm trying to be professional."
Yeah, man. It's certain places where like it's just sad that black people use that stuff all the time. I hate when they do it on Twitter. Like it'll be a conversation on Twitter like about the game or something. And all the black tweets be that nigga caught that ball out of bounds, man. That nigga was out of bounds. That nigga should have did. And it's like, man, we having a conversation on a public platform, man. Why y'all keep saying it? And it's like it's crazy, man. We just weird, man. But
You
yeah,
know, you
man.
know, you know. I got used to them replace. They still say that the song word a lot, but I got used to them saying, like folks or yeah, Lord, because
I like
they
my boy. When they say
my
my
boy.
boy, I like when they say that. That's because it's like well, sometimes like you don't like when you having a like some ways like Twitter, you know it's fucking tigers, gliders, everybody. We talking about like fucking like Barbara Walters died, man, and she like, yeah, man, a nigga fucked up that Barbara Walters died. It's like, why you even have to say that, man?
Yeah.
You ain't even have to throw that in there, man. Come on, man. Just throw that in there, man. And it's like, man, but yeah, man. Anyway, man, let me get started, man. Let me see what's going on out here, man.
Yo, there was a mass shooting in around this way already, with the juvies, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Of course, man. Of course. A
They were
horse
in,
is a horse, of course, of course.
right. A bear sits in the woods, right?
Let's see the whitest cities, man. We did the blackest cities
Have you
last
ever
night.
wanted to know what the whitest cities in the United
I
States
seen
are?
this
If you
video
said
before.
yes, today you're going to find out. 2 weeks ago, we did the whitest states in the US, followed a few days later by the blackest states. And I'm going to kind of give you the same intros I did for those videos. Here it goes. A few months ago, I caved to public pressure.
Salute to Dilbert Gay said, what kind of work you haven't done on the copy a crappy ghetto house in the Glider Enclave in Akron? Now I rent in Gliderville. Landlord has to fix it. Yeah, man. Get out of Akron, man. That's LeBron's hometown, man. Stay if that's LeBron's hometown, you know it ain't no good, man.
I usually avoid race-related videos, but I had so many requests for this one, I figured it was time to do it. People pointed out that it's not just racists that want to know the demographics of a location. People of different races want to
Like
know
me.
good places to live so they could kind of be amongst their own in some cases. You know, the same type of festivals, maybe the same churches, same foods they're accustomed to. When that was explained to me that way, it made sense, and a few months ago I made the most Asian states followed by the most Hispanic states. Today we do the whitest cities in the US, and in a week or so we'll do the blackest cities. Now, there's some clarification I gotta give you. When I say white, I mean what the
They got that brother with a suit, man. They overdoing it, man. You had
And
to
his
do
hair
all that.
napping.
Yeah, like you ain't have to do all that. We
That's
get
an
it, man.
African.
Now,
Yeah.
there's some clarification I got to give you. When I say white, I mean what the U.S. Census considers only white. Yes, that is a category. There's other categories that include Hispanic whites, and
Yeah,
that's
white.
usually things
Look at that fucking
That ain't a
nose.
white man. That's a Hebrew.
Damn.
It's
like
still a
Mexican
glider,
Americans, Puerto Ricans, Cuban Americans, Brazilian Americans, you know, people that are 2 or 3 generations in the United States. They're just heritage happens to come from Brazil, Mexico, Cuba, whatever. Got it? Get it? Good. Let's take a look. Number 10, Omaha, Nebraska. This shouldn't shock anyone at all. If you've ever been to Omaha, you kind of know. I mean, Omaha's in a state where you can get a hayride.
I'm gonna try to go to these cities tonight. That's what I wanted to do. I want to see what's going on in these white cities.
I wonder
man.
how old
Time of the
this
year.
is. Omaha's ghetto already, right?
Yeah, man. Too late, man. We've already arrived.
In the early days, the Omaha area was the home of the Pawnee and the Sioux Indians. And on July 21st, 1804, Lewis and Clark passed through this area and noted that the territory would be a good area to establish a trading post and possibly a fortified trading post. During the trek west, Mormons established the first non-native settlement in the region at what would become known as Cutler's Park. To give you an idea of the non-Hispanic white thing, if we were gauging that on this one and ranking it by that, they would be about 77% white with Hispanic. But the white only, Omaha, Nebraska is 66.8% white. Number 9, Fort Wayne, Indiana. Don't worry, this entire list just isn't Middle America. But Fort Wayne is definitely Middle America, and it is definitely white. The actual fort that was here, called Fort Wayne, was built in 1794 by the United States Army under the direction of American Revolutionary War General Anthony Wayne. So they decided to name the place after him. Years later, Fort Wayne became a main part of the Pennsylvania Railroad and soon became known as Altoona of the West. By the late 1800s, Fort Wayne had really started to grow, with the railroad dropping off European immigrants that were just pouring out of the East Coast. They're all looking for jobs. Back in the day,
So these is white people that had nothing to do with slavery.
farms needed a lot of people. These days, 67.8% of the population of Fort Wayne, Indiana is white. Number 8.
Y'all taking notes, so if y'all want to get away from some people, yeah, listen, man, I'm trying to help y'all, man.
Go take
Colorado
some flavor
Springs,
into Omaha.
Colorado. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see this one. I'm not surprised about this one at all. Been years since I lived in Colorado Springs, but back
That ain't no lie, man. It is white, lily white out there.
20
man.
or so years ago, it was so white, the number one condiment was mild salsa. And it really doesn't look like much has changed. 68.7% of Colorado Springs population is considered white. Number 7, Gilbert, Arizona. Another one that's not a shocker. In my experience, just about any city in Arizona wouldn't be a shocker if they showed up on this list. Every time I've been to Gilbert, Arizona, I get the vibe that the number one concern in this city is getting a good seat at some early bird special restaurant. I like Gilbert, though. Gilbert's a really nice Arizona town. I'm not a big desert person, but Gilbert's a nice place to live, and they got a really cool...
You see the difference in how he described the white cities than last night, how he was describing the black cities.
He described. I mean,
his energy is just so cheerful and excited discussing the white city. But last night it was like, ugh, don't come here type of attitude.
He didn't want to say it outright.
He was being nice. I thought he was very nice, man, to some people, man.
He was like, it's a little improvement.
He was being very cautious yesterday.
No, he's being underhanded.
Cautious. Yeah,
I'm sure he didn't want to upset nobody, you know. But you can't win for losing, though, as you can see, Chief.
He was very nice. I see brown sugar, man. Brown sugar still mad at that guy. That guy was nice, brown sugar.
No, he tried. No, that guy is super neutral as far as
he real neutral. I'm not mad. It's just funny how like we can hear the difference between how he described the white cities and the black cities. Like he hasn't said anything about how jobs left, how the crime is terrible.
Because it's not.
I know it's just funny. Like it's just saying funny stuff.
No, at the I don't want to give it away, but there is one city that he comes up with where the crime is kind of high, and it's a white city.
Is it in Appalachia? What did he say?
No. It's in Washington, actually.
Oh, Seattle, yeah.
Cool water tower in town. 69.7% of Gilbert, Arizona's residents are identified as white.
But see, like white crackheads, what they do.
Number 6, Portland, Oregon.
You know, white crackheads are mostly like burglaries and stuff. You know what I mean? Like
there's no murder.
Yeah, they're not killing people. Yeah.
Are they really burglarizing them?
I have to admit,
White people do crime in their own area.
Because that's a big deal.
And they take pictures of little children at the park.
My dad got fucked up by a white homeless guy for his car.
Yeah, white people do crime in their area. They just don't kill. Like, listen, man, stray bullets hitting kids and that shit. Like, there's nobody shooting outside. Like, no one's outside the home is shooting. So there's no. The only way you get killed is inside the house.
I'm a little surprised at this one. I knew they'd be close. I didn't think Portland would make it into the top 10 for the whitest cities in the United States. Portland, Maine, 100%. But they're really not big enough. That's one thing I should have mentioned at the beginning. We are only including the top 100 most populated cities. So I'm sure you could find some little towns in Vermont that are rocking a 90%. But yeah, we're looking at bigger cities. If you know the history of Oregon, this probably won't surprise you because they've got kind of a racist past. I mean, they had things in their constitution on it only being a white state. That's true. Oregon began as a whites-only state through a series of black exclusionary laws that were designed.
And boy, have they fucked up. Let's see what's going on here in Portland now, man. I think about it, man. Because
they should have kept it white.
They started
No, Portland is off the chain now, and they got no cops. No cops left.
Antifa.
That's the first time I ever heard about that, about Oregon and shit.
Yeah, they had that's why the white people they are so anti, like they're like anti-racism because they're trying to like overcome their dark past.
Yeah, they're like the nowadays Germans. They're trying to get over the.
Yeah.
This is a scene that's been repeated over and over in Portland this year. Police at the location of a homicide. As of Saturday, there have been 96 homicides in the city of Portland this year. That's a new record. Six more than the 90 homicides from a year ago. In October of
not that big of a city. Not that big of a city.
Dude, if you have
against the population, that's a lot.
If you have 6% Sun population, like out of these 96, I would say 60 probably something are probably Suns. And they only make up 60% of the population. I mean, they only make up 6% of the population. And they like 60 of these 96.
In October of this year, we talked with Portland Police Chief Chuck Lavelle about the gun violence.
And the fucking police chief is a Sun man in a place where it's 6% black.
Lavelle about the gun violence epidemic in the city.
It's hard. I'll tell you, for me, just personally, you're watching people in your city die and, you're trying to solve that problem with the resources you have.
Staffing at the police bureau is an issue. The city is hiring more officers, but it could take close to a year to get them on the streets. Earlier this year, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler addressed the police staffing shortage, but said reducing violent crime isn't only the responsibility of police.
We got to figure out better ways to address this crisis. We have to be innovative. We have to bring different types of people in.
Look at the city council. Look how many.
No, that guy, that Mayor Ted Wheeler, he is the worst. He actually was worse than De Blasio. He got run out of his own apartment by BLM protesters.
Yeah, I saw that. He got like he
and they beat him up.
Yeah, he went down to protest with them and they fucking throwing shit at him. He had to be escorted out by fucking security. But look, they only have four councilmen. This is a small place, man.
So people in.
After a homicide in downtown Portland earlier this year near Pete's Market, one of the employees at Pete's talked about the violence that hit so close to her.
I'm nervous. I really am. And the poor guy that was here by himself in the middle of the night by himself was very nervous. I got a call at 3 o'clock in the morning. He wanted to tell somebody that he heard shots. And I think he was just scared.
Right now, the police bureau says that they have been able to clear about 53% of the homicides that have been committed this year.
That's pretty good, man. Salute to them. 53%. That's very, very good, man.
But didn't they? Never mind. That's all Gladys. Or is it?
You said what?
Never mind. I forget what I was even trying to say.
This is slightly off topic.
Nah. Smoke that gangster movie.
I had something. Yeah.
Too soon. Too soon.
Oh, man.
Too hot. Thinking too fast. Yeah.
R.I.P. is a gangster boo, man. I mean, but it's a lot sad that she got some bad coke, man. That's really fucked up, man.
Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but New York is gonna win this year because they just passed a law where you can't arrest anyone under 12 or under for anything other than murder.
Wow.
So guess who all the enforcers are going to be for the gangs now?
12-year-olds.
Yep.
And guess what? Guess how long it's going to take for that to get around?
1 minute. That just went.
It's around now.
They gonna find out that quick, man. Listen, man. Wow, that is. I think they don't think they don't. The one thing about liberals, they don't have foresight.
They have. I mean, they might have gone to Harvard or Columbia or whatever. They don't have a brain. They can't.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna see 12-year-olds driving around in Benzes and stuff, because they're gonna be getting paid.
Wow, this is.
And
so
a mom
sad.
not gonna say anything because they're gonna get paid.
During the stormy weather we had earlier this week, a 19-year-old was driving with his younger sister and dad in their pickup truck on Highway 26 toward their home in Seaside. On their way, a tree fell on top of their truck, killing all three of them. Fox 12's Jeffrey Lindblom reports on the tragic loss in a tight-knit community.
To friends, family, and coworkers here at Norma Seafood and Steak, his name was Boney. Working as a cook here for more than 18 years, the owner of the restaurant remembers him as a leader and calls him irreplaceable.
He's supposed to be working.
Amal Taha, who owns Norma Seafood and Steak, says her friend and employee, Bonifacio Olvera Nolasco, known as Boney, was a landscaper by day and her cook by night. A hard worker and always smiling.
And you don't see any complaint. Never. Like, I wish he'd tell me anytime. No.
Tuesday night, she says the restaurant heard the news of 3 people passing away on Highway 26, a tree falling and striking a pickup truck near milepost 15. A freak accident, killing 3.
Sorry.
Later finding out it was Nolasco, his son Justin Nolasco Pedraza, and his 4-year-old daughter.
And it was a shame.
Damn. Like, I mean, God, like it just. I mean, what the fuck, man?
Some Final Destination shit.
Yeah,
but at least it was natural causes, man.
At least he with his family.
It was natural causes. At least that it's probably really unusual that somebody dies by natural causes.
Yeah.
Man,
It's a natural causes like internal, like your health.
Yeah, that wasn't natural causes. That was a tree falling.
Yeah, that was a freak accident.
Tree fall all the time, but yeah.
Act of God.
Yeah. It was just his time to go.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I wonder if he was undocumented. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. It's not funny.
No, he probably recently survived a near miss with a airplane or something. So he made it through that. So Final Destination.
That shit crazy, man. Jesus.
Yeah, I was gonna joke until I heard about the 4-year-old. Then I was like, yeah, nah.
Yeah. I mean, this is just fucking.
You said it before. It's like when a bird shits on you.
Yeah. It's like, God damn, man. What the fuck?
Can't even be mad about it. He's fucking dead.
But a lot of trees done killed a lot of people last year.
That's not. Yeah, it got those dudes who work in like the lumber industry. Deal with a lot.
Yeah, but they're expecting that. Like when you're out there doing that.
Yeah, driving on the road, the highway, the freak fucking tree falls on you.
Y'all gonna have me scared to drive by a tree
Getting
now.
a look at some shocking video from the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office. It shows a woman pushing a 3-year-old girl onto train tracks in Northeast Portland last night. That woman was arrested and is now facing several.
What kind of?
I want to beat that hoe.
Beater.
This one beats the glider, though,
Yeah.
Chief.
This a glider woman who did that?
Yes, sir. She looked like a drug addict or something.
You saw it? You saw it? You sure? I mean, I don't know, man.
I saw her mugshot. Yeah, it was
Okay.
a glider.
Okay, good.
Glider
good.
queen.
She needs to be this right here to do that. That is so antisocial that I think things like this shock people where they think that like, oh, this is She pushed a 3-year-old onto the train tracks.
What you saying?
Yo,
People think it's a fucking joke or some shit when it
no, I'm
happens?
saying like we not a joke, but we lose sight of like when someone does something so crazy, it's hard to really gauge it because it's so fucking crazy. You know what
They
I'm
just in
saying?
shock.
Yeah, we shocked by it. Like this was punishable by death. She should get the death penalty for this.
Agreed.
Yeah, I just watched some kind of story about a Mexican city or town. And one of their hitmen killed one of their governors or something like that. They caught that dude. They blocked off all exits to the town, caught the dude, and then strung him up, hung him by his neck at a tree, so everybody could see it before the cops got there. But I mean,
Yeah.
what do you think this lady should have done to her?
Yeah, this is the type of thing where everyone right there should have just started beating her.
I would have
Like,
beat her. I would have beat her so bad. If she would have did my kid, I would have beat her so bad.
yeah,
I don't know.
It's just like, what the fuck did you just do? Like,
She'd
I
have ended
think
up on
about
them
it, she had
tracks.
spit on the little girl, right? I think that would have been a bigger story because our minds can comprehend that. We can't even comprehend this. This is like what you did. What did you just do? What? And this lady right here, she shouldn't have that little girl. Like, yeah, nah, that little girl need to be back here
at all.
Well,
But
that's how
still.
privileged our society is. Where someone can think they can have their child that close to a train track and nothing happened.
Right.
Like
The
shit's
lady,
all cute.
that lady who pushed on the track should be killed. That's despicable.
That woman was arrested and is now facing several
Look at that.
charges.
And then she
Fox
sat
12's
back
Drew
down.
Marine spoke with Max
Yeah.
riders at the Gateway Transit Center about this shocking ordeal. Drew?
We're here at the Beaverton Creek stop, and while it didn't happen here, the video shows a mom and daughter waiting at a platform like this one. In a matter of seconds, the little girl is face down on the tracks. It's a hard video to watch. TriMet surveillance video from the Multnomah County District Attorney's Office shows a mom and her 3-year-old daughter waiting for the Max at Gateway Transit Center Wednesday night when a woman sitting down behind them comes up behind the little girl and pushes her face first onto the tracks. Max riders in Northeast Portland couldn't believe someone could do something like this.
That was really cruel. You know, like people just don't care anymore. They have no respect.
The video shows some bystanders jump up out of their seats while the woman sat back down.
There's no excuse for that. Like, I don't understand why somebody would do something like that. Yeah, they belong in jail.
The DA's office says the suspect, 32-year-old Brianna Workman, is faced.
32-year-old Brianna Workman. Brianna Workman is a son name, man. What you talking about, Wiki?
It's some gliders with the name Brianna.
Yeah, I sent it to you on I think the Patreon, Chief. It was a mugshot.
All right.
Sounds
good.
Irish.
Brianna. Well, if it's BRI, it may be Brianna Workman. Damn, man.
Maybe she was named after Brandon Taylor.
I know she in PC.
This is insane, man. What the fuck? Yeah, that's her. She is a glider. A whole glider. What the fuck?
Share it with the world.
What the fuck? This bitch
Maybe she's a feminist.
fucking crazy.
Gliders do it too, right?
Maybe she's a feminist. I mean, it is Oregon.
Like, what the fed up? You keep like
she look at Tifa like a motherfucker.
I scalp her. You push my chair, I'm scalping you.
Don't do drugs.
Nah, don't do Marxism.
What the fuck?
No,
And she sat back down.
No, that's a meth. That's definitely a meth head right there.
No, that's
She would have never done this around black people.
She sat back down like, yeah. Oh my god!
You know, a while ago, a glider woman was just a super privileged glider woman out of nowhere walks across the street in New York City and sucker punched like an 85-year-old woman who was a famous vocal coach and killed her, and just killed her. And this woman who did it was wealthy.
Wow.
Wait, the girl that punched the older woman was wealthy?
Yeah, she was born in privilege, grew up in the burbs, lived in a really nice neighborhood in a condo, in a very expensive condo in New York.
Salute to Adiche, man. Adiche says, not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow. I commute to North Philly from South Jersey. Yikes. Good luck, man. Yeah, man, this is bizarre. Listen, man, not for nothing, man. I just, these people are just bizarre. What's wrong with these people, man?
Between her and the Idaho guy, you see, Gladys do it too.
Yeah, they do, man. Like Gladys is doing it too. Yikes, man. Let's do Omaha, man. See what's going on in Omaha, man. That's one of them Gladys cities they talk about, man.
Yeah, I put a link in the chat about the privileged woman who did that.
Okay. 13-year-old shot in Omaha.
Breaking overnight, Omaha police say a 13-year-old boy is in serious condition after being shot while setting off fireworks. That happened near 61st and Ogden around 2 this morning. The suspect shot the teen twice in the leg, but he was able to make it inside to get help.
You know what happens? Them little fuckers, like they do in D.C., they think it's cute shooting people with Roman candles. Little black kids now think, like, literally, they think that is the funnest thing to do on 4th of July. Go around shooting people with Roman candles. I'm telling you, man, that's the new thing, man. And listen, man, if I had a gun and your little fucking 13-year-old shot me with a Roman candle and I was a fucking Pookie, I would fucking blow his brains out too. Don't be shooting people with fucking Roman candles.
Taking to
I mean,
the
that is a
hospital.
firearm.
No word yet on
maybe not legal. Yeah, not in a legal sense, but
That
it is
shit
a
can
firearm.
set you on fire. It can set you on fire.
Suspect in that case.
Probably worse than a gunshot. Probably worse than a gunshot getting hit by one of those.
Well, no, that's not worse than a
Because they'll
gunshot.
catch your clothes on fire.
Gunshot is
catch your
worse.
clothes on fire, you not know it.
It could fuck up your eye. It could definitely fuck up
Oh,
your
they
eye.
hit you in the fucking eye. Oh, yeah, your shit gonna sizzle. Ugh. Those kids in DC, they do that shit. They think that shit is cute.
Yeah, that's like, you know, those flare guns you get, like SOS, the little orange joints. I seen people get shot in the face with those, like online, but that's the same thing, the same effect.
Yeah, man. Them fucker, I know exactly why that kid shot. Because he shot him in the leg. He was just trying to send him a message, like, stop playing, little fucking son word. Let's see this. Okay.
New information leads officers to answers in an old case. Today, Omaha police announced they've arrested this man in a 2015 double murder.
Investigators say 35-year-old Kevin Cooper killed two cousins, DeAndre Mitchell and Lafayette Reed. We were there as police responded to the scene 7 years ago.
Tonight, KETV News Watch 7's Sarah Feely is talking with the officers who cracked this cold case. Sarah.
Omaha police say a team of detectives have been working for years to piece together what happened that summer night in 2015. And now they know.
Kevin Cooper has always been a person of interest in this case.
But for 7 years, there wasn't enough information for police to arrest him. So the murders of DeAndre Mitchell and Lafayette Reed went unsolved.
This was persistence by the detectives.
Police say the 27-year-olds were killed in an apartment off 28th and Spencer on May 5th, 2015, just before 5 a.m. Lieutenant Nicholas Andrews with the homicide unit says the case went cold about a year later, but detectives kept working.
Keep building and coming up with little pieces of evidence to get the charges on him.
That led them back to Cooper.
He is currently incarcerated for separate incident, but that's
So he's in jail or something else. That's why I always tell you guys, fucking with a son, man. That's why it's futile to like to argue with a son, man, publicly, or you know what I'm saying, like get into some shit with a son, man, because like say he kills you, right there, you're arguing with a son, man, over some stupid shit, and he kills you. He was going to jail anyway. You didn't even it's not even like you can die knowing, or at least we got this guy off the streets. Nah, he was gonna go to jail anyway or something else. You died for nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing. If you
Yeah,
kill
and they always get that karma or revenge back.
That led them back to Cooper.
he is currently incarcerated for separate incident, but that's how we ended up with him.
The 35-year-old is serving at least 145 years for shooting another man in 2018. At that time, prosecutors charged him as a habitual criminal, and police.
See what I'm saying? So he's doing 145 years for just shooting a guy as a habitual criminal. And now he's gonna get 30 years for killing both these guys. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like keep him in there after he's dead? I mean, like, what the fuck? You gonna live to be fucking 300 years old? Like when a son man kills you, you've died for nothing. You can't even rest on the fact that like you fucking got the fucking criminal off the street. You died for nothing. Just a waste of a life.
Say he'd been busted twice
Game
before
over.
for having a gun while being a prohibited person. That year-old is serving at least 145 years for shooting another man in 2018. At that time, prosecutors charged him as a habitual criminal, and police say he'd been busted twice before for having a gun while being a prohibited person. That means he'd been charged with felonies before. The arrest affidavit in this case is sealed, but detectives say they're confident in the evidence.
We don't just take these cases and put them on a shelf and forget about them. We stay with these cases. We continue to work these cases.
Detective Chris Spencer helped crack it and told the families Tuesday.
Just crying and just so happy, and she couldn't say thank you enough times. So, it just makes it satisfying just to see the families.
I want to tell you that we finally caught the guy who killed your loved one, and we're gonna throw the book at him, but he's already doing 145 years in prison.
Well, the thing is that it didn't even deter him that he's doing it in Omaha, where they'll put you away for 145 years, not even for killing somebody. You know, just for habitually shooting people.
Yeah.
You know?
So, salute to Larry S. and salute to Aaron, man, for the cash up. There's no solution though. There's no solution to any of this.
It just makes it satisfying.
So Glider, man, I get the impression that what you just said, that you understand the gravity of the situation.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's it didn't deter him that he is in a community where they're serious. They actually do lock people up.
Right. So now imagine somewhere like New York, put that in your pipe.
No, in New York, the guy would be doing 7 years. It'd be let out on parole in 3.
Yep.
To see the families.
A win for
And
today.
the detectives wouldn't have solved the case because they would have had since 2015, they would have had 1,000 murders.
No,
Somehow.
actually they've been
And
doing
their
good. They've
caseload,
got a
and their
65
caseload.
New York has a 65% clearance rate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've been doing good. We have good detectives here.
Yeah.
They just
Absolutely,
don't.
yeah.
The judges will just let everybody out.
Yeah.
It just makes it satisfying just to see the families.
A win for today, but the work continues.
We got cases that are older than this one here, and it's unfortunate that we have those cases, but they're there, and we want the community to know that we're not stopping. We'll work these cases.
Look at all the cases, all the old cases in this whitest city. Remember, this is on the list of one of the whitest cities in the country. Look at all the old cases.
have those cases, but they're there, and we want the community to know that we're not stopping. We'll work these cases.
Now, what
Ain't
you're
nothing
looking at
but
is
black
cases
people.
dedicated.
I mean,
This sad.
Well, there was a white female, but she was probably killed by her brother. So.
she was a big old white girl. She probably got killed by son, man.
Website to cold cases. They say some of those cases just need a little push to help bring charges in some of those homicides. Any tip can be submitted anonymously through Crime Stoppers, and there's a $25,000 reward if your tip leads to an arrest. I did reach out to the Mitchell.
R.I.P. Gangsta Boo, man. R.I.P. man. Whew. We lose Barbara Walters the other day. Now Gangsta Boo. Man, shit, man. What's going on, man?
I don't know.
Was it Barbara
Maybe
Walters
stop
from Memphis?
taking them pills.
I don't know if Barbara Walters was from Memphis.
If Barbara Walters from Memphis, she would never been who she is today.
Oh shit! It would have held her back, huh?
Yeah, she would never had made this far in life.
The Omaha Community Foundation says it's received more than $140,000 in donations for tenants forced out of this apartment complex.
City inspectors closed all 17 buildings Monday, calling the conditions at Legacy Crossing unlivable. We're seeing another effort to help those people tonight.
KETV Newswatch 7's Quinicia Fraser spoke with two women who are providing hundreds of free...
Quinicia Fraser.
That's an ugly name.
And the whitest fucking thing about this, man. You moved to the whitest city. Come on, honey. Let's get the fuck out of Detroit and fucking Baltimore. Let's move to one of the whitest cities in the country. Get away from these damn sun words. And you get there, you turn on the news, and live from fucking Omaha, Quinicia fucking. What the fuck? It's like a nightmare. It's like you want to wake up.
I don't know why they named their daughters those stupid little names.
I was like, it's a matter of time, Chief. I mean, I'm sorry to say.
KETV Newswatch 7's Quinicia Fraser spoke with two women who are providing hundreds of free meals. Quinicia.
Julie, Rob, one of those women says she once lived at the Legacy Crossing.
I didn't expect that voice to come out of that.
I did.
Quinicia sound like some kind of fucking organ or like a disease or some shit.
All right, chill now.
Rob, one of those women
You said
says she
ugly,
once
not
lived
me.
at the Legacy Crossing apartments. She says she dealt with some of the same issues the tenants faced, and that's part of why she felt compelled to help.
And this was money sent out for a transportation voucher.
Raquel Henderson has spent a lot of the past few days on her phone.
We want to allocate the funds the way.
I hate piercings on her face.
I mean, to me, all those names sound like medications.
Right, that's what I wanted to say. Quamisha, yeah.
It does sound like a medicine, Chief.
Literally today, I DoorDashed to a Quandandra.
Oh wow, Quandandra.
Are you for real?
Her daddy name probably Quan, and her mama name is Dondra.
Yo, those do sound like medications.
Call your physician today and see if she should be taking Quandandra.
Right. Side effects is like diarrhea.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right. Golly. This is the whitest city. One of the whitest. Top 10 whitest cities in the country.
Omaha.
At least they doing something positive, y'all.
Let's see.
Way the individuals gave it to us.
Getting Cash App and PayPal donations from strangers who want to help those displaced from their Legacy Crossing apartments.
So I had a young mother this morning that needed formula.
When the Legacy Crossing tenants were first
better
forced
pop
to
that
move out,
titty out.
Henderson and Daisha Turnbow first put their own money together to start a meal train.
Nah, no bullshit. No bullshit.
Now we talking about sugar.
No, she not lying though. Like,
right.
Like what the fuck, yo? Black people are too dependent. Like, man, pop that titty out. You make milk, man.
The
Eat
milk's
some
gone
food
bad.
and make some milk. Yeah.
The milk's
Make some
gone
milk.
bad.
That shit is
She smoked
crazy.
weed probably.
Okay, yeah, Similac babies and shit. Come on.
Yeah.
out to Hy-Vee. That was our first partnership, and just prepaid for some meals. And like, we set the stipulations, like if anyone comes in here and says they're associated with Legacy Crossing, give them a meal.
Eventually, they say people started reaching out to them, flooding them with donations for meals and other needs.
But I've gotten some where it's unrestricted, so we've been able to help individuals with filling up their gas tank, storage unit cost.
For Turnbow, this situation really hits close to home. She says Legacy Crossing was her first apartment.
I experienced like the black mold that some of the people have been saying that they have been experiencing there, and just think that's about 10 years ago now. So to hear and see that that's still a problem that's going on is very disheartening.
She's now using that frustration to hopefully make a difference for the Legacy Crossing tenants.
So that was one of the big reasons why I did want to get involved and assist in with the meals and finding other places for them to move as quickly as possible.
Henderson and Turnbow say they plan on doing this through Friday and possibly
That's
into
so
next
ashy.
week. They say it just depends on the need and
Stop
who
talking
reaches
shit.
out. Rob, Julie, back to you.
They are wonderful. Thanks, Quinny.
She's suffering from Quanisha.
Nah, cause them other black women look so oiled up in their face. Then they put the camera on her. She all ashy.
Her
I'll give
face
him that.
beat, man. That's all. It's her face beat, man. Oh man. Wow. Oh my God.
Snowplow drivers are now patching potholes across Omaha. Thanks for joining us. I'm Bill Shammer.
I'm Julie Cornell. It's just the start of pothole season with more winter weather on the way.
KTV News Watch 7's Alex McClune is live to explain how you
bow-legged.
can help crews fill and fix crumbling roads. Alex.
The city engineer says 2023 could bring more moisture than what we've been used to in the past couple years, so filing a complaint could help them get the job done.
The seasons are changing, from holidays to potholes at the Omaha Public Works Department.
We've got all the ingredients right now to make it happen, and I've noticed.
Those three ingredients are moisture, warmth, and freezing temperatures, which started brewing last weekend. It's enough to make your heart drop and want to make you shake off the weather. The city engineer says plow drivers are filling in last week's winter storm with material called cold patch until the next storm. Where they work is mostly driven by complaints, which you can flag yourself on your phone. We just weren't sure if this one was already on file at 72nd and Cass.
So it says there's a pothole here, but we'll make sure the city knows about this one.
The mayor helped us out a lot with giving us the pay increases that we felt were necessary to.
Look how smooth those shit runs, though. The gliders is potholes. You just go on your phone, you put it in, and
Jackson, Mississippi potholes. They arguing.
yeah, it's a different. Things run differently, man. Even though they got some people there, you know what I'm saying, doing some things, you still. It seems like the whole city is still being run by gliders.
Garner some more interest in more of the best staffing levels that we've seen in 5 years.
In good shape to mend the roads after recent years of dry winters, but Pitzer expects more potholes in the new year based on forecasters who project more moisture February and March. Omaha filed about 5,700 pothole complaints in the past year.
That's not a lot. That's a good number.
You can make a difference by signaling the city where to go once you're parked and hopefully spared by an Omaha pothole.
If you've lived here long enough, you probably have your own pothole story and damage. The city engineer reminds us the city is not liable for pothole damage because risks are associated with driving. But Bill, he tells me if you can prove that there was maybe some negligence involved and you hit an existing pothole, the city engineer says you may have a case that they can talk to you about.
That's a nice looking glider, man.
Oh yes, smash.
And no, I just say he nice. Compliment. It's a difference.
Oh man. Let's see. Yeah, man.
I was talking about the one in a suit, not the one doing the reporting.
Oh, okay.
The bearded one.
The one in the gray suit.
Oh, okay. You want to say it's bow-legged?
Yeah.
Oh man.
By the way, remember the news conference about the Idaho killer, the guy that looked like Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
He's the DA.
Oh wow. 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 That's crazy. Yeah, man. Well, give me another city, man. Hold on, let me see this one. Let me see. Just give me another city. We'll do this last one.
We do start with a new development in the case of missing Douglas County woman Carrie Allen. This afternoon, the man suspected of kidnapping her had his first appearance in court. 3 News Now reporter Molly Hudson has that story from the newsroom. Molly?
Mary, Aldrich Scott is officially back in Douglas County after being arrested and Belize, extradited to Texas, and then brought to Omaha last night. He was booked into Douglas County Jail, and today he heard his charges.
Do you understand these charges and these potential penalties? Yes, sir.
Friday afternoon, Aldrich Scott heard the charges against him.
Charged with kidnapping. It's a Class 1A felony that carries a penalty up to life in prison.
He's also facing a charge of accessory to a felony as a suspect in the disappearance of Douglas County mom, Carrie Allen. Allen has been missing since November.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. It's big trouble in Little Omaha, man.
Little Cleota.
Listen, man. Jesus Christ, man. Where y'all gonna go now, man? Because this place looks like it's. What do you think? Is it? Can they save this place? Can they like shut off the water spout?
Yeah, they
Or is
can.
it too late?
They can
You think
save
so?
it. They got. I think so. They got to drop the woke BS that keeps them from having an honest conversation about who's committing the crimes.
Whoever that
And
was in the queue, man, I ain't see you. You can come back. But yeah,
they
I
can do
mean,
that first. They can save the place.
yeah, man. I mean, it just seemed like it's if they're bragging about how like this is one of the whitest cities in the country, it just seemed like it's just like okay, so you're just gonna throw the book at all these brothers and you're just gonna be like harsh on these brothers. No, you know they're not gonna do that.
That's
gonna
why it
get
won't
worse.
stop. They
That's what I'm saying.
They have to be harsh. That's what I'm saying. They got to ditch the woke BS, and so they can actually honestly talk about who they need to
Of
target.
Douglas County mom,
Yeah,
And then they can figure it out.
Carrie
I
Allen.
don't think
Allen has been missing
Omaha's.
November 19th.
I don't think Omaha's being very woke though. I don't think that they. I think they have. I mean, you saw
Yeah,
that
but
guy.
if we come, we force you to be woke. So what we do is we call you racist, and we beat you over the head with racism, and you're racist, and you're racist, and then we make big deals out of police interactions with criminal suspects, and before you know it, you're bending to our will.
That guy. I don't know. That guy's doing 145 years, and he didn't even kill anybody. That's pretty serious.
You gotta have a reputation of being not only being racist and mean and low down to black people. If you have that reputation, black people, especially the hood boogers, they're not gonna want to come around.
Yeah.
I mean, Omaha is pretty democratic. You know, they're not, New York or LA liberal, but they're not even Republican. And, Ock's right. The Republicans, they are woke. They're not even serious about this stuff.
Right. The Republicans, they understand that some people have the power, and you can't just ignore their complaints. You have to like kind of cajole them or satiate their complaints.
Douglas County mom, Carrie Allen. Allen has been missing since November 19th. In court Friday, prosecutors revealed details of the case dating back to the evening Allen was last seen.
The victim was out at the Good Life Bar at 180th and Pacific that evening, and she returned to her home.
The prosecutor continued, saying a friend of Carrie's confirmed Carrie had broken things off with Scott 2 weeks prior to her disappearance.
So she was fucking with that son, man. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Hey.
That's why I told him, be careful.
Okay, I thought he just kidnapped her. Okay.
Weeks prior to her disappearance.
Continued to text and show up unannounced.
The prosecutor says the sheriff's office responded to the home for a missing person report on November 20th.
When deputies entered the home, they found what looked to be apparent bullet holes.
Damn, that's a nice looking neighborhood, man.
He kept popping up unannounced. A sister would know how to handle that.
Really? Oh, really? That's why y'all getting murked all day. You know.
Yeah, we get murked because we got attitudes and stuff. But when he show up unannounced, he just gonna put on him. That's how he want. She probably was like, not today.
Oh my God.
November 20th.
When deputies entered the home, they found what looked to be apparent bullet holes in the bedroom door and walls that were all covered up with a gray-brown compound.
From the evidence read in court, deputies talked to Scott, who told them he was in Topeka, Kansas that weekend and was still dating Allen.
Cell phone tower data from the defendant's phone puts him in Omaha, Nebraska at the Good Life that same evening.
Scott's bond was set at $10 million.
It is maybe like
in other words, he showed up with a gun and a bucket of spackle.
Did you hear that?
Well, they said that that there were bullet holes, but they had been sealed
he
up.
covered them up with that. That's the stuff you seal up drywall with.
Yeah, so that's actually very considerate, actually.
I mean, look, he was on the job, man. I mean, listen, he's not your ordinary son, man. But
I'm glad he didn't like some women.
Right, you see, some
ran
women.
into him.
Yeah, man. but look at this though. Listen to this bond. There's no way they're gonna be able to keep doing this here with some people. Some people will make you lower these bonds, especially
if you're weak.
No, but when they're the ones getting arrested, like we can obviously see that they're the ones dealing with the court system for the predominantly.
Him in Omaha, Nebraska at the Good Life that same evening.
Scott's bond was set at $10 million.
It is maybe like no bond, but that's what we wanted. We don't want him out.
Douglas County Attorney Don Klein says they believe Scott is a potential danger.
We're very pleased that he's back in our custody, and we're pleased with the $10 million bond. That's what we asked for.
The sheriff's office is still working to find Allen. They have searched Cary's neighborhood near 168th and Blondo Streets and Pheasant Point landfill.
There's a lot of work that's still being done. And
yeah, this is much better than Legacy, man.
I know.
Legacy ain't got shit on this joint. Salute to Christy, man, once again with the 200 on the Cash App, man. Christy is the GOAT, man. She got GOAT status, man. She on Jimmy the Gent GOAT status, man. Her uniform is hanging in the rafters, my G. Salute to Christy, man. Much appreciated, man. All your support, man.
She gonna get a statue or what, Chief?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Christy, she gonna have doing the Michael Jordan like dunk the shit outside of the fucking Arc Nation Center, man.
Dang, I was thinking of Buzz, but shit, go crazy.
Yeah, man. Man. We going all out, man. Salute to Deluxe 247 coming through again. Kyle Ripken, aka the real MVP.
There's a lot of work that's still being done, and the sheriff's office is doing a great job putting things together. And
if that's where they're looking for, they're looking for her in a landfill. That's not good.
You said they're looking for her in a landfill?
Yeah, they're looking for her in a landfill. You saw that? She's done.
Her lips so thin.
Yeah, she needs some lip fillers, man. That's probably why he killed her. He's like, man, go ahead and get them injections,
She's
man.
a cute woman. She just got some thin lips.
Yeah, she a real white woman. That's how white women looked in the 80s and shit. What's up, Razzle?
Chilling. Just can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I know you traveled a lot, man. You been through Omaha, man?
No, yeah, I did actually. They tried to take me to go tip a cow.
What's up, Johnny Red, man? What's going on?
I was serious.
Oh, not much. Just seeing what happened yesterday.
Yeah, man. I
In
mean,
Mobile, Alabama, Johnny?
No, I'm not anywhere near Mobile. I wouldn't go.
No. I'm saying the festivities, right?
we'll try to get the Mobile loaded.
Now is finding our victim.
The evidence read in court also revealed a handgun, nitrile gloves, a crowbar, and a sledgehammer were found in Scott's vehicle. Scott's pretrial hearing is set for 9 a.m. on January 30th. In the newsroom, Molly Hudson, 3 News Now.
Molly, that's a good old American name, man. What other cities was on that list, man? With the whitest cities in
Lincoln, Nebraska. Try Lincoln, Nebraska.
You said Lincoln's white too?
Oh yeah, super.
And liberal.
Oh my God, Lincoln.
And they have a channel, or is it just Nebraska? Damn, they do got a channel.
Yeah, man. Let's see.
Crime alert. Sounds interesting.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jatine Tinsley. Lincoln police arrested a man in connection to a shooting that happened just after 3 this morning. LPD says the incident happened near North 30th and Vine Streets. At the scene, officers found a 27-year-old man with a gunshot wound outside their residence and a 26-year-old man with multiple gunshot wounds inside the home. Both men were taken to the hospital. The 27-year-old has been released, while the 26-year-old man is in critical yet stable condition. The names of the victims are not being released at this time. Drivers are asked to stay away.
They too black sounding.
What is it? Glider crime, Mike?
Yeah, no, I don't. This is
Well, he said it's super white over there.
But somebody got shot outside. If somebody got shot outside, it's like a 99 out of 100 chance.
And inside.
Right? No, they said they found him inside.
Oh, I mean, he said it was a super white town.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking. I hope we can find some white crime, man.
We try.
The highest, the whitest town on that list, but the highest crime was Spokane, Washington.
Spokane, yeah. Washington is always.
That's all the meth heads.
Okay, here we go. You got to mute yourself when you're not talking, Razzle. So we can hear you.
Welcome back, everyone. We have new details on the man accused of kidnapping a Utah boy. He reportedly met him through an online gaming platform. According to our affiliate in Salt Lake City, the boy's father told police his 13-year-old was engaging in sexual and inappropriate conversations on Discord. 26-year-old Tatashi Kojima, also known as Aaron Zeman and Hunter Fox, was arrested early Wednesday morning in Grand Island. Utah police say the Arizona man exchanged photos and sexual text messages with the victim before this week.
Shit right here, white boys always doing that shit.
Yeah, it's normal pedophile stuff.
Yeah, they do that shit all the time. I'm trying to find some street
some
crime,
gangster
man.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, they say it's 4%. Some people here, all right?
That's a lot. That's a huge number.
And it was, let me see, 80.
In the village of Sprague, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office say that they made an arrest last night. Nicholas Yeager was taken in after threatening to kill a woman with a hatchet, deputies say. The woman says she was forced to lock herself in a bathroom and call for help.
That's a rough look right there.
Represent.
That's the face of privilege right there.
Yeah, man. That now we starting to get somewhere, man.
Now, if it's not a domestic, this is a good one. But if it's a domestic, then
Yeah, he's gonna kill
Yeah, that's
him.
domestic.
Yeah, he's still that's a rough.
And he just probably got out of prison.
Definitely, without a doubt. I mean, he definitely been to prison, man, with them tattoos. What we got here, man?
A man is behind bars this morning after gunfire instead of jingle bells rang out early Christmas morning. Grand Island police say this happened near Lincoln Highway and North Vine Streets. When officers arrived, they heard multiple guns being fired.
They heard? You caught that? Gladys.
Multiple guns being fired. They then saw a woman and a 2-year-old girl run out of a home. Police tell us that's when Isaac Aragon broke a window and came outside still holding a pistol. He eventually dropped it and was taken into custody. No one suffered any major injuries. Aragon faces several charges, including intentional child abuse.
Is that an burrito?
That's an burrito.
child
Aragon?
abuse.
No,
No,
no, that's
that's a
glider.
glider.
Man.
Aragon?
Faces several.
Ain't no glider got no black hair like that.
Aragon.
Yeah.
That's a glider.
He
You
probably
can
had
tell
a mustache when he was 10. That dude is
Probably
a
Italian.
burrito.
You think this on bleach? He
I
look
think
glider.
he
not a
on burrito, but
glider.
I'll give it to the gliders though happily.
No, he got that dopey glider. On Burrito's faces, they have pie faces. This guy
He
got
look
like
like this too though. He look like he could be on burrito. And the last name Aragon, I don't know.
Aragon. He's a
What's
wedo
his
with the
first name?
Spanish blood.
on Burrito's got
Maybe.
bigger lips too. They got wider faces. Their faces be like almost like Asian faces a little bit, but different. They got like pie faces in there, and his
Maybe
hair.
Well, he
They
ain't
selling
white.
maybe a
oranges.
white
I don't know.
Hispanic.
He's North Italian.
Yeah, his hair, his kind of strandy. Like them on Burritos, their hair is like shoot out, boom, like a root. It's like
It could be from Chile.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I could see him having on burrito in him, but I'm gonna give him glider, man. It's too
Yeah,
much
you know what?
glider.
I think
I'll claim him.
he's South
That's
American.
us. We did
I say
it.
South American.
Yeah, I'd have gone.
Nah. That's a medio monkey.
Oh man.
It could be like Spain Spanish.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's too.
That's glider.
Yeah, that's a glider, man.
You consider the Spanish gliders?
Yeah, just because they beasted on Mexico don't mean they're not gliders.
So why if they're gliders, why can't the Jews be gliders then?
Because Jews be repping Jews.
Yeah, right. Like I said, gliders. They're gliders though, like the Spanish.
Yeah,
But like with Spanish people, Jewish people.
They're I guess they're glider Jews. Let's put it that way.
What are the look, man? If it makes you feel better that you're speaking a non-glider language, that's cool. It's a glider.
Okay, you say so.
I do. They came from Europe, didn't they?
Speaking of the Jews,
Germany has conducted what will likely be its last trial for crimes committed during the Holocaust, where they found a 97-year-old woman guilty of Nazi war crimes. As a teen, Irmgard Furchner worked as a stenographer and typist at the Stutthof concentration camp in Poland. Because she was an adolescent at the time, she was tried in a juvenile court where she was found guilty of assisting those in charge in the systematic killing of the camp's prisoners. According to the central office in Ludwigsburg,
It's so low down.
Oh my God.
What the hell is wrong with these people?
them Jews don't play, man. Jews don't play with
Oh,
you,
but
man.
everybody was
gonna
mad
give her
about the
life,
old
Chief.
lady getting a little $77 ticket.
You know about what's her name? Carolyn Bryant. The one the black people, the one Emmett Till, the one who they say they was at the old folks home harassing her. That was
Yeah.
Now
look
I'm
at
talking
the
about the
Jews
old lady with the ticket from the other day for the garbage can. She
Oh,
didn't pay her
Oh,
extra
yeah.
bill.
the cop arrested
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, he was laughing at him.
Yeah, look at this. Jew screw don't play, man. They grabbed this
think it's-
87-year-old.
I think
They don't forget shit.
It's the circumstances. If she was a teenager doing that, because someone in the chat said she probably was conscripted. Because not everybody willingly joined the military or joined to do those kind of tasks. Because she was conscripted.
I don't want to hear that shit, Mossy.
Why not?
No, fuck that. She look, Mossy. Glider on glider violence breaks my heart. All right.
It kills me too.
Well, being indoctrinated into something doesn't make you innocent. Otherwise, practically all these people in the fucking hood would be innocent.
But it says she
Well,
was
you could argue that about these goofies doing this
stenographer?
shit then. What, glider? You could argue that same argument about these kids doing all this stupid shit then. Why not?
But it's
that
stenographer. That's the thing. She was a stenographer.
I know, but
You're
she
talking
was
about
a
being
Nazi.
indoctrinated.
She was participating. She's guilty.
So what did she do? Like, stomp a Jewish person a bunch? Like, what'd she do?
No, she was probably a typist on a typewriter or something.
Wait, they got a typist?
A desk jockey. Yeah, that's a stenographer. She's a desk jockey.
Bro, I don't think any one of us have been like, yo, if somebody was like, "Are you gonna be a Nazi or we'll kill you?" They'll probably be like, "All right, what do I wear? Where's that cross thing at?" Like,
you're in the uniform. They gonna give this old lady life.
Man,
I wouldn't care.
So that's 1 year, huh?
If I was her, I'd be like, you know what? I'd be like, okay, whatever.
All right, so then I force you to participate in human trafficking or I kill you. and you participate in that, does that make you innocent?
Well, it depends. I guess how depends how you look at it, because you were made to do it under duress. If
Wait, who's that? Who's that talking? Who asked that question? If you don't mind me asking.
Me, Blanco.
Hey, Blanco, how you doing?
I don't think I've heard you before here.
I've been in here just a couple times. I'm new. I'm out here from the West Coast.
So you think that she should not be judged?
No, I think she's guilty because she participated in the whole organization in some way.
Like she knew what she was doing.
Man, y'all would have done the same shit, dude.
No,
all y'all done the
if she
same
was
shit, bro.
person to it, then I mean, why y'all punishing her now at 97? I hope she dies before anything happens.
Because she's being punished now because she's being charged for a crime that she hasn't been put on trial for yet. You know, it's not like we're putting her on trial again for this for, the second or third time.
I thought you got in trouble for like doing real awful things like sewing people together. I didn't think you like for typewriter shit.
She pushed the gas button.
Yeah, right. I thought I'd have been like, okay, man, that's fucked up. But like, she's in the office.
No, they charged. They charged everybody practically.
Yeah.
Unless you work for NASA, and then you golden.
And then you come over here, right? And
yeah,
that partying,
space travel.
Right.
This poor old lady. I feel so sorry for her.
She'll probably have more friends in prison. No one probably talks to her right now.
Yeah, they probably call her grandma.
They said
I
the
say,
hell
yo,
with
you
the
know what?
spit.
Time served. Go home. Don't do it again.
Yeah. That'd be the most base thing a judge could do. Like, time served. Hope you learned your lesson.
Well, I was saying,
right.
If being indoctrinated into something was excuse for actually doing it, then pretty much every pedophile would probably be okay, because a lot of them are indoctrinated into it.
Yeah, but we're talking about but still, she was a typist. She wasn't rounding people up in a cattle car. She was operating a typewriter.
I don't even call that
interrogations or something like that.
That wasn't indoctrination. I don't think Nazis gave you a choice to not be a Nazi. You can't just like opt out.
Exactly. Unless you're willing to fight and die to oppose it. Yeah, you joined.
So I wouldn't call it indoctrination.
Was it optional to be in the military or?
Yeah,
well, it was a long time indoctrination. I mean, it's just not like Hitler came out of nowhere and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, let's follow this dude." The sentiment was already there. It just wasn't until Hitler took over of the German Congress and then waged the actual war against the people this happened.
Bro,
are you anti do you believe the Jews crews doing all of this, Blanco?
Well, I mean, Jews crew's powerful, but that's just because of how those people are, just like how Ox says, the people make the culture. I'm not against the Jews people at all.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, no offense, you kind of strike me because a lot of people around here seem to be against them, I noticed.
I'm just getting fuckery. That's what this looks like.
Yeah.
No, the only reason I'm not against them is because once again, it's look at their, behavior and stuff. That's what you would expect from them.
It's like their DNA.
And if they're I mean, shit, they're the rulers, they're the winners right now. So of course, shit's gonna go in their favor. It's not like unbelievable and it's like, oh, they're terrible and shit. It just is what it is.
No, it is. I mean, look, Marcy. If I needed a lawyer, I'm probably gonna get a Jewish crew lawyer, dude. Put it that way.
You better. I got an Italian. I regretted it. I was like, damn, I should have got a Hetzenberg or some shit.
Was his name Vincent?
Vincentino?
No, was it fucking like Dino? He's from the East Coast. I really thought it was.
So why do you say you regret getting the Italian though? Like more
because I'm Italian. I was like, oh, I'll get an Italian. I shouldn't have done that. I should have got an Italian plumber or something like that.
But why do you regret it though? Why do you regret it though? I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
I was in LA, man. You need a Jewish lawyer for that shit, bro. Like he
fucked up the case.
It wasn't no. It was something like that. Yo, just when in doubt.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Make sure they can't turn on the lights on Saturdays. That's all I'm saying.
Right. It goes back to what Blanco was saying, man. I mean, they're good with money. They're good with banks. You know, what are you gonna do? You know?
Yeah, they are very good. This is they flex, man. They flexes too. They flex humbly though. They subtle flexes.
Germany has conducted what will likely be its last trial for crimes committed during the Holocaust, where they found a 97-year-old woman guilty of Nazi war crimes. As a teen, Irmgard Fürstner worked as a stenographer and typist at the Stutthof concentration camp in Poland. Because she was an adolescent at the time, she was tried in a juvenile court where she was found guilty of assisting those in charge in the systematic killing of the camp's prisoners. According to the central office in Ludwigsburg, around 65,000 people died in the Stutthof concentration camp and its subcamps, as well as the so-called death marches at the end of the war.
Hey.
They doing them Germans doing too much, man. They go ODing trying too hard to be liked.
What I find despicable about it is that if she was 14, if she had opposed taking the position, she likely to get killed. How many of them actually fought back against the same captors to save their own lives? But now they're going to go back and try to punish this woman for doing her job under duress.
I agree.
That's foul.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Hey, Ike. Last I heard about Kanye, the Jews made him the Jews criminal going to Africa into hiatus. You heard about that?
He's missing. Yeah, he's missing.
He said, "Man, you know what? I'm going to Africa. Fuck it."
I heard he's missing. Oh, here we go. The shot, man.
CBS 2, a 9-year-old
You think Gabe's doing
boy
that Dave
is
Chappelle shit?
Exactly.
CBS 2, a 9-year-old boy is dead, shot inside his home on New Year's Day. Let's get to CBS 2's Sabrina Francis. She's live from Comer Children's Hospital for us tonight. Sabrina, police just released new details here about what happened.
Chris, they did. At least 15 people shot in the city of Chicago on this first day of 20.
Her voice deep.
Smash.
Sound like she from Philly.
I think she's from New York originally.
She don't look like she's from Philly, but
I know she happy.
15 people shot.
That might be a low number. I mean, that's not what. No, that's a decent number. It's a decent number for them.
D23, this latest victim, a 9-year-old boy shot in his own home. The question tonight is how. Now, this investigation still has many more questions than answers. This happened at around 6:30 this evening on the 9400 block of South Wallace. Police claim the little boy lived there with his extended family, all whom were there at the time of the shooting and will be, police say, taken in for questioning. Somehow this 9-year-old boy was shot. Police did not say where or how many wounds that he.
Salute to Pure Soul Productions, man. Salute to you, man. Pure Soul Productions, man. Long time, man. Here we go.
Breaking news update on a story we told you about this morning. We're learning more now about the victim of a New Year's Eve shootout at a hookah lounge in Ukrainian village. The man who was killed was the bouncer at the lounge. CBS 2's Marissa Perlman spoke with his family.
LaToya Wade.
I just knew it was going to be a white guy.
I knew it was going to be a some man.
Ukrainian village?
Yeah, they'd be out there. It could even be on burritos, to be honest.
Them hookah lounges too.
Looks like now?
I just knew because some people are always getting killed.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some people, but it could also be Hispanics. There's probably some people.
And
y'all leave that fair woman alone. She said,
"Yeah, man."
LaToya
She
Wade
looks like
says
she's on
she
the
had
Black
to
Hawk
see for
Down
herself
mission.
the space
leave
her
her
son's
alone.
father
She
lost
mourning. She gonna lose all
Fine
the
gravy.
Come and see where
Leave Lizzo alone, man. Y'all wrong.
her son's father lost
Y'all's
his life.
jumping on that
And I
lipless
just
white
had
white
to come
lady.
and see where this bar was because I just can't believe it.
Austin McAllister, a father of 6, a personal trainer, and an Army
Oh,
vet.
she had a person. Oh, wow.
he was fine too.
Yo, I see why she said.
She had personal training.
Yo, she outkicked her coverage, man. She really outkicked the coverage, bro. She's distraught, man. This hit double time, man.
Got cold.
Yo, man.
This so sad.
No, she gonna get skinny.
Or does that only count for men? Can men only outkick their coverage, or can women do it too? Because I mean, I hear that term for men all the time. You outkicked your coverage.
What does that mean? You outkick what?
That means that's like when a bummy dude with a beautiful woman or a woman who got it going on, they'll tell him he outkicked his coverage. That's like a football term.
Oh, because she fat.
Yeah, like she what's the odds of a woman like this, that woman getting a guy like my friend right here, man?
It's common in the black community.
But he has a job though.
Maybe she got that box, right?
That's like I can see if she was paying for everything, but
she paid for everything.
She definitely paid.
Maybe she was nice and shape.
Maybe he's keeping his money.
And she
All
just
right.
got fat over the years, and he didn't. What he loved and stuck with her. He got 6 kids. Shoot, maybe she had all 6 of them. I don't know.
Damn.
Oh yeah, you know what? Touche, you right. I didn't see those 6 kids. Oh,
she loved them.
It's kind of like punching above your weight, right?
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
No pun intended.
That guy right there, that guy right here is dating this guy, girl. It's just weird.
I mean, what's wrong with
John
you?
Jones?
But yo, if like go back in the day, she was
If she
probably
was
the baddest
white,
light
y'all
skinned
would
chick.
not say anything.
You were killing a broad with no lips that was murdered
I said
just
it, girl.
a second
I
ago.
said she. First of all, hold up. Wait a
Her
minute.
face looked like a knife wound, and you
I
clowned
said,
her for it.
listen. I said her lips are thin, but she's still cute, though. Exactly
That's
what
a
I said.
backhanded ass. No, she's adorable for a potato. This one right over here. So I'm right there with you.
Oh man, yeah. I think she knows that the jig is up. She ain't gonna roll fucking. She ain't gonna hit that number again, man. There's no
Once she get
way.
that money, she might.
What money?
That man's in the military.
I just can't believe it.
Austin McAllister, a father of 6, a personal trainer, and an Army vet, was working as a bouncer at the Lion's Den
Army
Hookah
vet.
Lounge New Year's Eve.
Hardworking. He served the country.
That's his
He's just out here
ex-girlfriend.
trying to make a living for his children.
Police say overnight the suspect.
Oh, it's ex-girlfriend. So basically, this is why he used to get some head from on the late night, and now she's telling everybody he was girlfriend.
At one time, she was a 10. She was a 10, and
Yeah, she was bad in high school.
yeah, right. And then
Doubt it.
a couple kids and a little
Nah,
bit too
she
much pizza.
look like she been built like that her whole life.
Hey, I wonder why they kicked that some man out that did the shooting, you know? Because you know that's what happened.
Yeah, they kicked him out, and he came back and killed the bouncer. And listen, man, this is one of those cases when you kick somebody out, it's a catch-22 because like if you tell us something, one of us tell us something to leave somewhere, we can leave. The bouncer, man, you can't just
Fuck that. Get up out of there. Fuck that. I wish if you're a bouncer, just fucking quit right there. Quit your job.
Right.
It'll be all right. You live to fight another day.
Right. Yeah, man. Whew. Man.
Trying to make a living for his children.
Police say overnight the suspect forced his way into the lounge with a gun. When that suspect wasn't allowed inside, he opened fire at the doorway. Police say 2 men fired back.
The guy couldn't get in the bar last night. So he was telling him that he couldn't get in. And the guy just took his life, just shot him.
Wade says McAllister later died at Stroger Hospital. Police say another man in his 20s was also hurt, but is expected to be okay. Video from outside the lounge shows dozens of first responders closing down the street to traffic. Wade sharing she's having a hard time processing.
Just go find another bar to go to. Why would you take someone's life?
Because some men don't think like he's thinking like 10 steps, like literally that's 10 steps down the line for a Sun man. A Sun man lives in that second. That second that we're in, we can't see outside of that. You know what I'm saying?
So is that the equivalent act of like kicking them out and not letting them in?
Oh yeah, it's definitely the equivalent. Not letting them in is just basically kicking them out. Like you tell me.
It's almost more disrespectful. Like, yeah, you can't even get in here.
You can't even get in here, bitch.
That's like a stiff arm face mask.
Yeah, right.
I
Probably
would
in front of
never.
some
I would
girls
never
too.
became a bouncer. I would never took this job.
Why not? If you look
It's
like
a job.
you would do it. Listen, man. Some guys are built for that. Like this guy, he's built to be a bouncer, man.
He ain't built for it. He gone.
I know some bouncers. They built for that shit, Chief.
But yeah, I know some bouncers that. Yeah, he said that a few of them fired back. I don't know who they said fired back, but I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Few bouncers I know that stayed strapped.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't have a vest.
That's what I want to say too.
That's
The helmet, the whole war outfit act.
Yeah, see,
Well,
when I used to go to the
boots,
clubs,
backpack.
when I used to go to the clubs, they had a whole like gear on with the AK-47s and
You're
that
going to war, baby.
ready.
You're in Chicago, baby. Act like it.
The hookah lounge, man. This ain't
If he wore those things, got into a gunfight and survived, would you say he was overprepared?
Listen, if you wore those things and he got into a gunfight and he survives, it would be I wouldn't say that, of course not, but it's like, dude, like you just think that the gun is enough.
If he's required to wear that bullshit and have that, they should just shut the whole fucking business down.
Yo, this is a rag, man.
But with some people, you gotta dress like a SWAT member.
We're talking about some people. We're talking about some men who can't be told to leave someplace. I mean, if that's the case, if you got to tell them to leave, you may would just beat the shit out of them and probably put them on a stretcher. You make sure
get ahead of it. Get ahead of the.
Get ahead of the curve. Yeah.
But there's no solutions, boss.
It's just his time to go.
No, the solution would have been if he would have brought that.
But I'm a brown sugar. They used to have riot gear for us.
Yeah. I mean, the solution would have
Shields and all
been
that.
he had that shotgun in that picture. He should have had it with him at work.
That shockwave, definitely. You dealing with something? You gotta be more brutal.
So he was telling him that he couldn't get in, and the guy just took his life, just shot him.
Wade says McAllister later died at Stroger Hospital. Police say another man in his 20s was also hurt, but is expected to be okay. Video from outside the lounge shows dozens of first responders closing down the street to traffic. Wade sharing she's having a hard time processing.
Just go find another bar to go to. Why would you take someone's life because you couldn't get in? Oh my God, I just can't believe this.
Records show the hookah lounge opened here on Division in 2020. Online, it advertises a New Year's Eve party. Inside, the decorations are still left hanging of the celebration cut short. For weeks, Wade says she'd been warning her son's father his job could be dangerous.
You just never know.
And now she says it's too late.
It's getting dangerous. It's just senseless killings, one after another. It's too much.
Police say surveillance video shows the suspect taking off in a light-colored SUV and heading west on Division. So far, no one is in custody. We have reached out to the owners of the lounge for comment and have not yet heard back. Reporting in Ukrainian Village, I'm Marissa Perlman, CBS 2 News.
Jesus Christ.
That was terrible.
That must have been hard for her to digest, man.
Yeah. You got that.
What about letting them
Good night, y'all.
Just letting them come in.
All right, peace out.
Good night.
Good night.
What if he just lets the Sunman do what the Sunman wants to do? Like, just come in, whatever, do whatever you want to do. And not kick him out, not tell him he can't come in. Fuck it, just do whatever you want to do.
They got you by the balls, man. It's just, people eventually.
Let him do what he wants to do and take the gun into the club. You're likely to have a shooting in the club because somebody just looks at it, bro.
I'm hoping
you can't win for losing.
I'm hoping people get tired of this stuff, man. It just doesn't seem like people are tired of this shit yet. Now, this is the same neighborhood. This is the same neighborhood, the same night.
Right now, police are investigating after shots are fired outside a Mariano's store near Damon in Chicago. This is Ukrainian Village. We're told just after 5:30 tonight, a man was loading items into his car when someone drove up and started shooting. Fortunately, the victim was not hurt, and only his vehicle was damaged. Less than 2 weeks ago, on December 19th, there was a deadly shooting outside that same grocery store. Investigators say the 37-year-old victim was sitting in his car when two suspects pulled up in another car, stepped out, and opened fire. That shooting.
This is a rough ass fucking
Well,
But
it's really sound like fucking Ukraine.
Right.
Wicked.
But
Yo, Wicked, isn't that like by Bucktown and all that? It's not that bad, is it?
No, it's a nice neighborhood. But
Yeah.
you know.
Yo, this is
It's a nice neighborhood. Believe it or not, I know it doesn't sound like it right now, Ag Nation, but this is not a bad neighborhood.
No, it's not like they're on the west side or nothing like that. This is like
But guys from the
decent.
west side are hanging out there, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
Ukrainian Village is officially worse than the Ukraine. That's crazy, my G. My God.
But we have the mayor over here talking about nothing all the time. You know what I mean? Saying nothing, just it's weird.
We begin with breaking news. Just hours into the new year, 4 teenagers were shot in a stolen Kia. And right now, police are still trying to find the shooter. CBS 2's Sabrina Franza is at Comer Children's Hospital for us live here at 5:30, where some of those victims are recovering. Good evening, Sabrina.
Hi, Chris. All 4 of these victims were teenagers, 2 of them in critical condition here at Comer Children's Hospital. The other is at the University of Chicago Medical Center, also in critical condition. And the 4th, the driver of that stolen Kia, 17-year-old, was pronounced dead on scene. This happened around 1 o'clock this afternoon here. Those 4 teenagers were sitting inside that stolen silver Kia, taken, police say, on December 30th. Another car pulled up next to them, driving northbound on South Prairie near 57th Street towards 56th Street, and fired several rounds into that Kia, striking and killing the teenage driver and also hitting the other 3 teenage passengers. It's not clear at this point the extent of the injuries of the 3 teens that are still in the hospital, but we do know that they're all in critical condition. Police also could not tell us if there was any return fire there at the scene, though they did say they recovered a weapon there near that stolen Kia. Neighbors told us that the crime scene tape was the last thing that they would have expected to see on the first day of the new year, but those flashing lights and
why? I mean, why?
They just passed no bail over there. No bail. They catch those kids, they're coming right back out.
This here is in the stand, though, unlike Ukrainian Village.
Okay.
This is the stand right here.
Oh man, I mean,
so I don't know why they're surprised.
Yeah, I don't. They ain't know what else to say.
Yeah, that's just blabber.
That there's still work to be done in 2023 to keep their children safe.
You know, I just seen the red tape, the yellow tape, and the car that, you know, when I asked them, I'm like, well, anybody hurt? And it was like, oh, there's nothing for you to do. But CPD needs to learn. We are a community over here.
Jesus Christ, these people are insufferable. Insufferable.
See, I hear with a Max Julian complaining about their neighborhood. Like, come on. Yeah. Check people.
These people are literally insufferable. I don't know how y'all deal with it. I'm a son. I have to deal with it. My family, everybody in my family's son. How do other people that aren't sons deal with this shit?
They move away.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, God damn, man. What if you? I mean, how do you deal with it when you can't move away? This woman isn't even like going to kill you. Her son is, but she's just so annoying.
You know, I just seen the red tape, the yellow tape, and the car that, you know, when I asked them, I'm like, well, anybody hurt? And it was like, oh, there's nothing for you to do. But CPD needs to learn. We are a community over here. And that's something that we can do. It's something we can do.
Now, police are offering.
Okay.
Then do it.
She don't make no sense right there.
There's nothing she can do, man. What you talking about?
They better learn though.
The community.
There's nothing she can do.
Police are offering up to $15,000 for anyone that has any information that leads to an arrest and a conviction in this case. Right now, police are still canvassing the scene, asking any neighbors if they have surveillance video or for any witnesses of any information to come forward. But for now, we're live outside Comer Children's Hospital. Sabrina Franza, CBS 2 News.
Hey, Ike, Sabrina look busy, huh? I wonder if she's on call.
They got Sabrina working overtime, man. She like shit. Where's my girl? What's the other one? The Latina, the white Latina one, Tara.
I know you're talking about. Tara
Molina, man. She with Tara Molina, man. Let her do some of this good work, man.
Yo, Ike, if Sabrina got a pager, it's been beeping all day.
Yeah, man. This is too much. They
Did she just? It looked like she did 8 stories from the same hospital, or am I tripping? It was
I think different hospitals. She's just making the rounds, you know.
Jesus.
Interviewing them as they come in.
Right. This was with 15 shot in one night.
Breaking news overnight: an attempted business break-in turns into a shootout in Wicker Park. Now, around 1:30 this morning near Hoyne and Division, Chicago police say a man tried to force his way into a business with a gun. That's when shots were exchanged between that intruder and someone inside the business. 2 people were taken to Stroger Hospital.
Okay.
No, it's different. It's a different joint.
Oh, because this is
for the Lions joint with that lady was out front crying about her man. That's the same.
No,
this
the same thing.
Park,
that was in Ukrainian Village. This was in Wicker Park.
No, this has Lions Den. Right there. He got the cursor on it.
Lions Den, yeah.
Aren't they all like smashed together in that same area?
No, I don't think this is different because the other one was Ukrainian Village, though.
Yeah, but it said the Lions Den was the name of the club, right?
Yeah, exactly.
The hookah lounge.
Look like
yeah.
It says hookah underneath.
Well, for you guys that didn't know, man, Kwanzaa is still in full swing because
Millions of people across the country celebrating Kwanzaa today, besides on this New Year's Eve, and that's including people on Chicago's west side. There's an event kicking off later this morning at Garfield Park. That's where we find CBS 2's Asal Rizai. She has a look at what you can expect today there.
Yeah, Suzanne, good morning. So we are here at the field house at Garfield Park. Behind me, people are starting to set up. Vendors are starting to set up for what we know is going to be lots of art, festivities, celebrating Kwanzaa here this morning. Joining me is Gina Jameson. She is with the Garfield Park Advisory. Thank you for joining us. Looking so festive this morning.
What the fuck?
Why are you laughing, dog?
Look at the reporter.
This shit.
The whole situation.
Look, some quack in fucking Maryland came up with this shit in the late 60s, and she comes dressed like fucking Kunta Kinte's mom and shit. What the fuck is going on here, man? This shit is ridiculous, man.
Thank you very much. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so nervous and I'm excited. This is so wonderful. This is our 2nd year, and we weren't able to do it during the year of COVID. So we're all excited that we're back again, so
in person again, right? So
right.
Let's talk about what Kwanzaa is and what the celebration really is about, Gina, for people who don't know about it or want to come out today.
Well, Kwanzaa is all about the 7 principles and what happened in 1994. It was established, let's celebrate our African heritage or our African culture. And it was based upon, and I'm so sorry I don't have his name, to bring about.
That's a representative. That's a spokesperson right there.
Excellent.
Just wear a shower curtain and be confused.
More focus on getting her outfit together than the speech.
What's the guy's name, though? What's the guy's name who started?
Fuck that nigga. That's who it was.
His name is, Mualana Karenga. Mualana Karenga, but he was born something else. But his name he gave himself was Mualana Karenga.
So they didn't even like holler at a dude from Africa. They just got like some cat from Philly that changed his name or something like that.
Ex-prison cat.
His birth name is Ronald McKinley Everett. And and he's from Parsonsburg, Maryland.
Baltimore.
And he was a Pookie in a Black Panther. He was a Black Panther and a Pookie. And he came home from jail and created this stuff.
I thought he was part of a group that beef with that had.
Yeah, no, that's right. You're right. He was with a group that was beefing with they were beefing with the Panthers.
Oh, they were ops.
Yeah, they was
Unity.
Panthers ops. Yeah, they was Panthers ops.
Kill a cop. That's like end up in prison.
Yeah. He was, and he was convicted of felony assault, torture, and false imprisonment of women.
Damn.
So he's probably a pimp.
Wait, is that a pimp? I was gonna say like human traffic. It's cool that we got a nice holiday from him, though.
Right. So the guy that started Kwanzaa did all of that shit you just said, huh? That's nuts.
Yeah, what's it? 12 days, 1 day for each woman he had.
for each hostage.
Yeah, man, something like that. I'm sure that had something to do with it. I'm positive.
He sounded like a pimp. He started this shit, got to this girl. He's gonna this lady.
Gorilla pimp.
Kwanzaa means bottom bitch in African.
Right. Exactly.
Again, right?
person,
So
right.
let's talk about what Kwanzaa is and what the
Queenza.
celebration really is about, Gina, for people who don't know about it or want to come out today.
Well, Kwanzaa is all about the 7 principles and what happened in 1994. It was established. Let's celebrate our.
And it was established in 1966, but 94.
Man, you know more than this bitch does. Yeah.
I'm looking at the fucking Wikipedia right now. But yeah,
that's what she should have done.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever had the best hat got to talk. That's how it happened.
Right.
Well, Kwanzaa is all about the 7 principles and what happened in 1994. It was established. Let's celebrate our African heritage or our African culture, and it was based upon. And I'm so sorry, I don't have his name. To bring about principles for our culture, and those are the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. So, and we're celebrating the 6th one, which is Kuumba, which means creativity. So when you hear one say Habari Gani, that means what's the news, and then you mention whatever the principle is. So,
he made up all these words, right?
Did he?
Yeah,
No.
he's not African word.
Bro.
Kwanzaa might be the only word that's loosely comes from a word that means first fruit, like the first fruit of the harvest.
Yeah.
But all these other words, he made them up.
That's how cold, bro.
Typical creativity. So that's what it is. So every day,
Creativity, right?
Acknowledgement for every principle.
I could have did that, like umbajimo. That means hit the cash app. And ulabinda. That means hit the PayPal. This shit is crazy, man. These people are nuts, man. And he's dead, but he's gotta fucking be like, yo, no, he's not dead. He's still alive.
Nice.
Man.
He's 81. This fucker's still alive. I know he's sitting back like, yo, what the fuck? I got these motherfuckers still out here doing this shit.
He started doing it a long time ago.
He's bragging. He's getting his dick sucked off of this. Like, Kwanzaa? Yeah, man. I did that shit.
I started that shit, bitch.
Bougie, man, means
balls deep. All that shit they talking about right now, that ain't even what it's about for real. Let me tell you something.
Right.
So today is the day that everybody gets together and celebrates. What can people expect when they come out here today? We have some vendors setting up here behind you. What is this all about?
Oh, what we're having today is we're celebrating Kuumba, creativity, and what we decided to do. And let me just give you a little history. Kuumba Tre'am is the name of my community garden, and one of our arts partner, she does Kuumba Saturday. So what could be a better principle to celebrate than Kuumba? What we're going to see today is the history. It's a program that will tell you all about Kwanzaa.
What are you
it
selling?
means, the ceremony, the ritual, the lighting of the candles. Then after that, we'll have entertainment in our local community that come out and just come and enjoy and celebrate Kwanzaa for creativity. So looking forward to everybody to coming out. And I just want to say thank you to the Park District for partnering with us and making this something so magnificent. And come on out to the Gold Dome, because when you come here, you'll see that it's just a beautiful, beautiful building here in Garfield Park.
It really is. Gina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning. This event is free to the public here on the west side. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning. We'll go on until 3 p.m. this afternoon. A lot of people across the country and the world celebrating Kwanzaa today, and that's also happening.
15 people.
West side.
The reason why they can actually have the event is because only the woke Sun people celebrate Kwanzaa, because everybody else doesn't. If they had any of the Pookies celebrating it, you'd be having that shot up too.
Okay, well, today marks the first day of Kwanzaa, a 7-day celebration of African culture. Unlike many other winter holidays, Kwanzaa isn't tied to any single religion. Each of the 7 days of Kwanzaa is each associated with one of 7 specific.
Look, African elves, man.
Smurfs and shit.
That's Houdini. That's African
principles, including unity, self-determination, purpose, creativity, and faith. And those celebrations are already underway here in Cincinnati. And right now, today, I'm joined by David Shabazz, a member of the Cincinnati Citywide Kwanzaa Committee. And David, thanks so much for joining us here today. I know you guys are already getting started.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, before we talk about tonight's event, tell us about how you got involved with the Cincinnati Kwanzaa Committee.
Well, I'm really a member of Cincinnati Pan-African Coalition, and we work in conjunction with a Citywide Kwanzaa Committee to put on all things pertaining to Kwanzaa.
Okay.
So yeah.
So tell us.
Paternity to it, man.
For people
Yeah, man, he must have just been watching like Maury or some shit before he
That pronunciation is perturbing to me.
So tell us more about, for people that don't know about Kwanzaa, how it's
Black Panther off
celebrated,
Wish.
and what you should really get out of celebrating Kwanzaa.
Okay. Well, I'll start with the mission statement from Dr. Maulana Karenga. The mission statement for Kwanzaa, he said, was to know our past and to honor it, to engage our present and to improve it, and to imagine a good future and forge it. So that's what Kwanzaa essentially is all about. And each day, I mean, as you just stated, it is a veneration or an observance of certain principles that will improve our present and forge a good future for us.
How's that going?
He got that fresh out of jail talk, man. He said a gang of big words on me.
Definitely did some time, man. Let's see what's going on in Cincinnati, man. Since we already over here, man.
I still don't know the 7 principles. Like, they don't even bother to tell you that shit.
The 7 principles are infallible. Give your money in this Bambajinda, which means
hit the cash app.
If you want to see the 7 principles, guy I know, Joe Neerman, Good Logic, he broke it down as his alter ego, Joe Woke. I got that in the back chat and the comments for both YouTube and that. It's hilarious.
Man. Thank you, man.
I was just saying, they did like 10
so
minutes
you
on
wanna
this
watch
shit.
it on
I
screen.
still don't know what the principles are.
Yeah, man. They can just make up some words, man, and make up some shit, man.
It look like they cosplaying out there.
Basically, man.
The main question
one man is dead
Did
and-
he give his girls the day off, the week off for the holiday?
Yeah, fuck it. Make it a federal holiday. Fuck it. Pay me.
Yeah, man.
One man is dead and another in custody after a deadly shooting in East Price Hill. It all happened early this morning, just after 2:30 on the 700 block of Purcell Avenue. When officers arrived, they found 40-year-old Corey Williams dead at the scene. Investigators tell us a second man, 29-year-old Christopher Harris, showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound, and police ended up charging him with murder. That investigation is still ongoing.
Damn.
Is this a Kwanzaa ritual?
Yeah, I think this is one of the principles, man. Busting your gun, man.
Every day is Kwanzaa.
Yeah. The principle of Amalajia, bust your gun. Search for listen, man. This is crazy, man. Oh, here we go. Wow. Everywhere you
Victim
look.
of this latest shooting is a 2021 graduate of Sycamore High School. Rodney Harris Jr.'s father tells me his son was on the right track, had plans on becoming a welder, but then gun violence.
Damn, Marcy, man.
Oh man.
Man, your brother, man, you gotta fucking hit that GoFundMe, man.
Yeah.
Somebody get this guy GoFundMe so Marcy can drop a couple
Man,
stacks.
you slacking. You're supposed to have hired this man already, dog.
How much did you make on your job today that you did today, man? Go ahead and throw that on this man GoFundMe, man. That's your brother, man. Your brother in Weld.
Jr.'s father tells me his son was on the right track, had plans on becoming a welder, but then gun violence changed everything. Rodney Harris Jr., known among family and friends as a fun-loving young man.
God.
Nah.
I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was going to school to be a welder, but he had plans to be a welder, man.
Yeah,
I thought we were gonna give the gliders some love and go to Spokane and look at some crackhead and some tweaker crime and stuff.
Nah, this is more exciting, man.
I wish we weren't so pathetic when it came to crime. Our shit is just lame, bro.
We're gonna have to step it up, I guess. Right?
We still parking meters and shit.
You guys are stepping it up a little bit, dude.
Trying.
Well, even that guy in Idaho, he like killed those people in the house. Like he killed all 4 of them in the house. Like if it was a son, man, he'd have been running around Times Square with a machete.
Yo, for real though, damn.
Like,
It's
it's
like shooting on the street, right? Like a straight bullet or.
It's different, man. We're just different.
Very different.
And the differences are undeniable.
Rodney Harris Jr., known among family and friends as a fun-loving young man, the life of any party. His nickname, Deuce.
Well, number 2. He's the second. You know what I mean? So he was junior, so I just called him Deuce.
Rodney Harris Sr.'s face lights up when talking about his son. One of his proudest moments, the day Deuce graduated from Sycamore High School with a certificate in welding from Scarlet Oaks.
It was
okay. He got a certificate.
Yeah, I take it back.
See,
I
yeah,
take it
but
back.
like that's I do too. Like that's why they say he's going to school because I've heard a lot of people planning to do shit.
Yeah.
Nah, he got a certificate, man.
I know they should have said that.
His old man looks normal. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm starting to believe that he might have been a decent kid, man. I'm starting to believe it.
One of his proudest moments, the day Deuce graduated from Sycamore High School with a certificate in welding from Scarlet Oaks.
It was a great moment to see my son accomplish that.
Gun violence cut Deuce's future short.
At Kings on Colerain Avenue, someone just got shot.
Deuce was gunned down near the Colerain Avenue restaurant in what police have called a targeted shooting.
This one really hurts.
Harris says he saw the shooting on the news before his son was identified and had a bad feeling.
Yeah, I was sitting there watching the TV. I just had a gut feeling because when I called, he called me back. He called me back. His phone was off. And his phone was never off.
A short time later, Colerain police showed up at his door.
My heart really didn't sink until I seen the police pull up.
As police continue to investigate the shooting, Deuce's family and friends have been leaning on one another for support. Last night, they held a vigil outside the family's apartment in Sims Township. Harris says the response was overwhelming.
It was good to know he had friends. He was loved.
And Harris tells me he has no idea why his son would have been targeted. Colerain police have not elaborated.
Could have been anything. He could have looked at somebody wrong. He could have
mistaken identity.
So slow. He could have said something on social media. He could have,
or could have been a mistake.
Baby mama might wanted to fuck him. He didn't know it.
It's gonna be anything.
Anything at all. That's that mental state of affairs, chief.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
whatever it was, go ahead.
If he was on the up and up, BLM's not gonna care a shit about him because he was he was productive.
Right.
They can't profit off that.
Yeah.
Right.
This is gonna sound like not nice, but they gotta stop putting graduation pictures up for shit, man. It looks like the bar is really low.
That's interesting. I don't think I disagree with that, chief.
Yeah, but here's my thing about that though. Like the graduation pictures. I mean, like that kid was fucking 19, and he just graduated from the welding class. Like that is like what all there is. It ain't like he was 35 and they put his graduate. Like that is all he was doing. Or
Right,
he had done at that time.
But people do take family pictures, right? Like at like a gathering, this, that, or that, right?
I don't know.
But I get what you're saying.
I don't know
To this story is pertinent.
Yeah, I mean, he literally just graduated from the class, and now he's dead. Let's see this glider guy.
Be open tomorrow with regular hours starting at 8 a.m. Well, new on WLWT, detectives are revealing more about how a woman was killed after her coworkers reported she hadn't shown up for a few days. Independence police found 32-year-old Amberly Harris dead inside a home on Beach Grove Drive in the Somerset Pond apartment. They say she had been living with her boyfriend, 55-year-old Tommy Joe Powell. He told detectives that he had been drinking and shot Harris in the face with a shotgun during an argument. But detectives
Hey, man, I can't.
Okay, finally we get wrecked.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
But in the house again, house again.
Yeah, and plus, I mean, she was right. Who hit one if you think she was talking shit, man?
There's not enough ones in the world.
I think everyone knows she was talking big shit.
Right.
So
You ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. Oh, really?
It's like
shotgun. That's why the baby ain't yours. You've been raising for 3 years.
Right, shit like that.
It's
That's why
not
he beat
right.
your ass that night.
Yeah, it's not right, man. But I
It's
mean,
not right, no.
you know she was talking hella shit, man.
55-year-old Tommy Joe Powell. He told detectives that he had been drinking and shot Harris in the face with a shotgun during an argument, but detectives think money could also be a motive.
There was an accidental death and dismemberment policy that was taken out back in November for the amount of $20,000.
And who was the person that policy covered was Amberly Harris?
That's correct.
Who's the beneficiary of that policy?
Mr. Powell.
Detectives say officers found Harris's body on the floor.
It was only a $3,000 payout.
$20,000.
That don't cover the lawyer though.
That's pretty low too, man. That's like
20, yeah.
That guy's definitely he's a tweaker, man. And plus he's got 3 names. They always have 3 names.
But this isn't your best, man. I don't think y'all sending us y'all best right here. This is 20,000. Look like he's like fucking Simon. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, fuck it, I'll kill
Media
beneficiary of that policy.
Mr. Powell.
Detectives say officers found Harris's body on the floor of the main bedroom and alcohol bottles in the home. They said that she had been dead at least a day. A 30-year-old woman is charged with aggravated.
Yeah, I like that woman, man. That black music is like her. Let's see what else is going on, man. Cincinnati, man, is starting to be a gift, man.
Aki was asking about what white people, what the gliders do with black people. I was just down there in Cincinnati at a white restaurant, and this black dude tried to fight somebody, and everybody put their head down and got real quiet, and that's all they did. He had 1 foot. He was on the crutches, was trying to fight this man, and they just everyone put their head down and they.
Yeah, like that's usually the glider response. Like he could have like been punching a 90-year-old woman, and all the gliders would have just been like,
damn.
That's just what they do.
You drop your kids off.
Now this one's fucked up here.
Daycare bandits at it again. They're in, they're out, and they are gone with your valuables in less than 10 seconds.
Oh, they absolutely know what they're doing.
Steve Spanigal owns All About Kids in Mason. His daycare center is one of 3 in the city that were targeted in the last 2 weeks.
They got us and 2 of our competitors within a mile of here.
The Kitty Academy and the Goddard School. Spanigal shared this surveillance video with us so parents can have an idea what to look for. This footage is from Friday the 16th.
So they come into the area. They are waiting for enough cars so that it's probably distracting to us because they know they can see these big windows. They know we have a security system, and they wait till it gets busy enough. And as soon as all the parents are gone, into our building, then they drive up, open the doors, take the goods, and take off.
The following Monday, suspects are in a different car, a white sedan. They wait in a parking spot for parents to enter the daycare, then pull up and grab what they want before taking off.
Typically, they don't.
Yo, that's a wicked ass fucking crowd right there.
Right. I wonder what that planning looked like. Like at the table, like, yo, folk, I got an idea, folk.
Right.
Like, what? I would have been like, what the fuck did you just say, bro?
Nigga probably dropped his kids off somewhere else and was like, "Yeah, I got a sweet lick. Let's do this in the meantime."
Yeah, this is predatory. This is the definition of predatory, man. God.
Yeah, he had this scoped out.
Hey, Tony Soprano said it best: the hustle never stops.
Yeah, never.
How embarrassing!
Spanigal says his employees regularly communicate with parents and tell them to lock their doors. He's also here every morning on the lookout for cars that don't belong. Still, crooks have a way of knowing the right time to hit. In this rash of thefts, they got away with quite a bit. A Louis Vuitton purse, Kate Spade wallet, Lululemon fanny pack, Tiffany necklace, hundreds of dollars in cash, a driver's license, social security card, and even a birth certificate.
Damn, got him.
And Spanigal says he was told this is likely a ring of people, probably from outside the area coming in. He says sometimes they rent cars and even change out license plates to avoid getting caught. Reporting live tonight in Mason, Karen Johnson, WLWT News.
Damn, rough out there in the field, man.
Rent cars and
thirsty,
change out
thirsty.
license plates, stealing IDs, and that kind of thing. Sounds a little too organized for Sun, man.
Nah, man. I mean,
They be getting popped.
You'd be surprised,
Yeah.
man. And listen, man. We'll try to follow up on this because they're gonna get caught. Let's see, man.
Did all of these thefts happen in the morning or evening when kids were being picked up?
Yeah, all morning, Ashley, around the same time. I looked at the police reports, all between either 7:10 and 9:30 in the morning. And I know we've done stories on this in the past, and that seems to be the time.
Between 7:10 and 9:30, you might be right, Johnny. It's a little too early, man. If you're out there 7:10, that means you got up at like 6 something.
Like if it was around like 12, 1 o'clock,
yeah, definitely.
They just got up, go to work real quick.
that's early, man. I think you might be right, man. I don't
This is
know.
a much harder working crew, probably more like Mexicans or something.
Yeah, something.
They work, man.
I ain't gonna sell the Sun Cats short. I think it's still some Sun Cats for that, man.
We'll see. I'm gonna try to see if I can follow.
If it was on Burritos Light, after this, they went straight to the Home Depot, right? To stand out there.
Definitely, man.
Y'all missing the main piece of evidence. They pulled up in an Escalade. Who else?
Oh yeah, son, man.
But that Escalade stolen though.
I'm joking.
Who else would steal an Escalade though?
Yeah, rented. Let me get an Escalade.
Yeah, come on, I don't. You know what's up, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no problem.
But that's another clue. They rented it. They have to have a credit card.
They'll do that.
Maybe a female
they will
did it
rent it
for
with
them.
their own credit card. That's how that motherfuckers at.
They got a fat glider for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly, man. But yeah, on that note, man, guys, great show, man. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace out.
Hey, man,
Peace, y'all.
Yeah.